Hi, my name is Jed Summerfield and I work on the Leading Sheep project based in Charleville. Welcome to a series of videos on motion activated security cameras. These videos are a result of a webinar that was recorded on the 8th of February 2018. This short video titled Monitoring Infrastructure, Points of Interest and Uninvited Guests is number 3 in a series of 6 short videos.
Mainly use the telemetric cameras on important infrastructure and then mainly to monitor water levels. Like I mentioned before, it is cheaper and easier and simpler to set up than some of the more expensive units, but you don't get as accurate information out of the telemetry camera as you do out of those systems. It is basically real time within about 3 minutes on average, and it's great peace of mind. You don't sit up wondering whether your cattle have got any water or not. The negatives are it does need to be in coverage and it's not sufficient bandwidth for a video at this stage, so it's just a still photo, but taking a photo of a turkey's nest that's got a measuring stick in the middle so you know how much water you got left gives you great peace of mind. And it also saves a lot of wear and tear on your motor vehicles, driving up and checking bores and nests. It is relatively easy to set up. Troubleshooting is pretty easy. Troubleshoot a lot of problems over the phone. You can also get, if you're just on the edge of coverage, you can get external aerials for them, similar to a car kit. Yeah, and you can go from that sort of bar to a couple of bars, and that's quite sufficient to work with the telemetric cameras. So the next point is using them for points of interest, mainly time-lapse to measure change or to observe change over a period of time. I've only used the SD card cameras for this because they're a lot simpler and generally a lot cheaper to use. You put the settings into the camera, you set them up, and then you forget about them while you're doing actions. So I've used them for a bloke watched himself build a set of yards, another bloke desilted a dam. It's just interesting to watch what happens over an extended period of time. People started using them. I watched grass grow. Wasn't very many people there, and they only did it for a little short period of time, but it was very interesting to watch 6 or 7 months of change in a minute and a half. It's just very interesting. I find it very interesting to look at and to watch, and it doesn't take long to set up. The negative is it does need a little step. It does need extra step at the end to turn those 6 months worth of photos into a 60-second video, but you use the same steps as viewing thousands and thousands of photos, and that's in the video that'll be very shortly. So we've also used both types of cameras for uninvited guests on the property. It's becoming more and more of a problem, and using cameras are becoming more and more cheaper, more and more popular as the cameras get cheaper. They're getting smaller and smaller. There's cameras out now that are about as round as a can of soft drink and about as long, probably as long as 2 cans of soft drink, and most of that's batteries. It fits nicely up a piece of 3-inch pipe. It's got a very bright flash on it, and you get quite clear, very clear images. Depending on the type of camera, it can be tricky to set up and to hide, and you need to work out where you're going to put your camera. I've seen people hide them in 44-gallon drums, just cut a little window out of the side. I've seen them hide them in 20-litre plastic drums. They've just cut a little window in the label just to make it a bit, just to camouflage a little bit. And again, depending on the type of camera that you use, you don't find out until afterwards. So if you're using an SD card camera, you're not really going to prevent it. With a telemetric camera, you find out within about that 3 minutes whether there's someone there or not. The positives are at the bottom of the page. They can be used as evidence. It helps if you get your date stamp correct down the bottom of that image, and it is a cheap solution to a very expensive problem. It doesn't take much fuel to add up to be worth a camera. The negatives are they can be stolen. You may not get a clear enough image to clearly identify who is coming on your property, and it may not stop the act. And it can take a little bit of time to get you set up properly, to get you set up correct. The focus of the lens how far away can you put it. So you can stage that a little bit, and it may make it a bit easier to get that clear image.
Thank you for watching this short video. For more information, please visit www.bleedingsheep.com.au.